A new proposal that would provide separated cycleways but loses fewer parking spaces emerged yesterday as Dunedin looks for ways to curb cyclist fatalities. The New Zealand Transport Agency and Dunedin City Council have announced Option 1A, a variation on options that went out for public consultation. Cycling advocacy group spokes secretary Dr Robert Thompson is here with his thoughts on the option. Good evening.
Good evening. Tell
us, what do you think of Option 1A?
Well, we appreciate that parking is an issue for a lot of businesses and other road users. So we support the NZTA and DCC efforts to address those parking concerns and explore different possible options. So Option 1A is something they've put on the table to consider, and we'll be taking a look at it to see what impacts it has for cyclists. But it's also important to recognize that DCC is doing other things in addition to Option 1A. For example, they've already found space for about 100 additional car parking spaces on some of the side streets.
Do you think it's an option that spokes could support?
I think it's an option that we could support if it doesn't compromise the safety and usability of the cycle lane proposal.
Was spokes consulted on the development of this one?
No, we weren't involved with the development of this option, this new Option 1A. We found out about it about a month ago, but we haven't been able to look at the details of it.
What are your hopes for consultation as this issue progresses?
I would hope that they continue to engage positively with key stakeholders, the people that are affected businesses, the cyclists, other people involved, other road users, for example.
Now, there's been some work on the one-way system in the last few months to make it safer for cyclists. Has it helped?
Absolutely. Particularly the widened cycle lanes. The cycle lanes on the one-ways are now 2.4 meters. This provides a lot of extra space, a great buffer between the parked cars and also the moving traffic. It's just a great sense of relief for a lot of cyclists, I think.
Do you think that recent publicity on the issue has made motorists more aware of cyclists in town?
There's certainly more awareness of the issues involved. Whether that has changed driver behavior, I'm not sure. I've actually seen some people driving in the newly widened cycle lanes, so that's maybe a new problem that has been created, but something that needs to be addressed as we go.
And there's been plenty of work on Portsmouth Drive towards South Dunedin on the cycleways there as well. How do you think that work is progressing?
I think that's great. The Portsmouth Drive path has been widened to 3 meters, which makes it much more usable. Cyclists are able to get around pedestrians much more easily, and they're doing more work on, say, Shore Street and Portobello Road, and so all these new connections really expand the network, allowing cyclists safer access to the rest of the city.
Now, I travelled to work along the one-way, Monday to Friday. I don't think I've seen a single cyclist yet. How many cyclists use the roads in the morning, do you think?
Well, there's actually quite a few, and there could be several reasons for not seeing them. One may be that you're just not looking for them, which is a bit dangerous.
I spend a lot of time stationary along that road.
Okay.
The
NZTA and DCC have both been doing counts of cyclists. In fact, DCC has put in permanent cyclist counters both on Portsmouth Drive, the shared path, and up on North Road. And they're finding hundreds of cyclists a day, somewhere around the range of about 200 to 250 cyclists a day using Portsmouth Drive to get into the city, and closer to 300 per day on North Road.
Do they use peak hour to actually take those particular routes?
So these are now permanent counters, so they're able to actually look at cyclist count data throughout the entire day and every day. So they're not counting just in 1 hour, it's actually the whole day.
Spokes Secretary Dr Robert Thompson, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.